Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding out your salary is now $100,000 a year. You imagine that number would change everything. A better home, a better car, more freedom. You made it. But then something strange happens. Your paycheck gets bigger, and somehow your life doesn't feel much richer. The apartment costs more, groceries cost more, your car payment is bigger, insurance keeps climbing. Suddenly, that six-figure salary doesn't feel like the finish line. It feels like you're just trying to keep up. How did $100,000 go from feeling like a dream to feeling like money that can disappear surprisingly fast? The answer isn't inflation alone. It's taxes, housing, healthcare, transportation, lifestyle inflation, and something even more powerful, our expectations. Let's start with the number itself. $100,000 sounds enormous because six figures feels like a financial milestone. But salary isn't wealth. Salary is the money coming in. Wealth is what you keep, what you own, and what your money can eventually produce. That's where the illusion begins. Imagine you earn $100,000. That doesn't mean $100,000 reaches your bank account. Taxes and deductions take a portion first. Then comes housing, often one of the biggest expenses in the entire equation. Add transportation, insurance, food, healthcare, utilities, subscriptions, and everything else that quietly arrives every month. Suddenly, the number looks very different in real life. But there is another problem. When your income rises, your definition of normal often rises with it. You get a raise. So you move into a better apartment. You upgrade your car. You eat out more often. You subscribe to more services. You start buying things that used to feel unnecessary. And none of these decisions have to be reckless. That's what makes the trap so powerful. You don't feel like you're wasting money. You feel like you're finally living the life your income is supposed to provide. This is lifestyle inflation, and it can turn a raise into a larger collection of monthly bills. Imagine two people. Person A earns $60,000. Person B earns $100,000. You would assume person B must feel dramatically richer. But if person B's lifestyle has expanded until most of that extra income is already committed, the difference in financial freedom can be much smaller than the difference in salary. That's the uncomfortable truth. A higher income can improve your life without automatically making you wealthy. Now add geography. $100,000 in a lower-cost area is not the same financial experience as $100,000 in one of America's most expensive cities. The same salary can buy very different lives depending on where you live. Housing alone can change the entire equation. Then there are families to support, childcare, healthcare, transportation, education, plus thousands of small expenses that quietly appear every month. This is why the conversation around $100,000 became so heated. The idea that $100,000 was the new poverty line went viral. But that statement is misleading. $100,000 is not literally the U.S. poverty line. What the debate actually exposed was something more interesting. A large income can still feel financially tight when the cost of maintaining a modern lifestyle keeps rising. And that's the part worth understanding, because the real problem isn't that $100,000 is worthless. It's that income and wealth are two completely different games. Income asks, how much money do you make? Wealth asks, how much of that money can you keep, and what can that money eventually produce for you? Someone earning $100,000 and spending almost all of it can remain financially fragile. Someone earning less, while saving, investing, and controlling lifestyle inflation, can build a stronger financial position over time. That's why a bigger paycheck can create a dangerous illusion. You feel richer, so you spend like you're richer. And then you discover that your wealth
didn't actually grow. The solution isn't to stop enjoying money. It's to stop letting every increase in income automatically become an increase in expenses. Because the moment your income rises, you have a choice. You can upgrade your lifestyle, or you can upgrade your financial position. You can buy the bigger house, or keep the smaller one and invest the difference. You can finance the more expensive car, or keep the car that already works and keep the extra cash. You can let every raise disappear, or turn part of every raise into assets that can eventually generate more money. That's the difference between looking richer and actually becoming wealthier. And here's the part most people miss. You don't need a massive salary to start building wealth. You need a gap between what you earn and what you spend. Because that gap is where your future is created. The bigger the gap, the more capital you can build. And the more capital you build, the less dependent you become on your next paycheck. So maybe the real question isn't, why doesn't $100,000 feel rich anymore? Maybe the better question is, what am I doing with the money that comes after my lifestyle is paid for? Because a six-figure salary can give you a better life, but only what you keep and build can give you financial freedom. And that's the difference between earning money and becoming wealthy.